Well, yes, Minecraft Update 26.1, the one that's going to change motions, or update villagers, maybe the nether, or heck, something else entirely different. Top of the morning to you, laddies, it's me, Lady Gaga. Welcome back to Minecraft Video. Even though snapshots for Minecraft 26.1 literally just began, and technically speaking, previews for the equivalent update on Bedrock won't even begin until January, even with all of that jazz definitely ringing true, there's actually quite a bit that we already know about Minecraft's next major update. Today, I want you to grab yourself a glass of Monster, pour it in a microwave safe container, throw it in that buddy on high for 30 seconds. While it steams up, smash that like button, grab that glass of Monster out of the microwave, and now that you're cozy, let's talk everything we know 26.1 right now. Starting with the absolute basics, in case you're living under a rock, Minecraft 1.22 is never going to be a thing. Back at the beginning of December, Mojang announced their brand new version numbering system. That numbering system is going to begin with the year, then after that, the drop. Minecraft 26.1 will be a brand new major drop for both Bedrock Edition and Java. Now, we know for sure that this will be a drop because the developers, time and time again, including very recently, have reinforced that they really quite like the drop system and are going to stick with it for the foreseeable future. So big news there, not only about 26.1, but over the course of the rest of the next year, we should see 4 drops total. At least. The devs are always working on speeding up updates, so I guess you never know. But excuse me. Back to the star of the show today, 26.1. Now, based off of the one and only snapshot that we have leading into the end of the year for this update, we know that this new update is also going to be the first update in this new numbering system. Technically speaking, this new numbering system is just a numbering system, but I mean, considering the fact that we've been on 1 point something since literally the beginning of time here when the dinosaurs were living, this update will truly mark the beginning of a brand new era for Minecraft updates. Now, when it comes to changes and additions, possible new blocks for this update, well, unless something absolutely wild and unprecedented happens, this year we won't see anything new. And a subtle little note that I completely missed in the Minecraft preview 26.0.25, which this is where it gets a little bit confusing because technically speaking, this preview is for a completely different update, an update that should, in theory, release before 26.1 begins. Well, right near the beginning of this changelog, we learned that this is the final preview for 2025. But the developers will be back in early January with new preview updates. Meanwhile, Java side, we didn't have any kind of official confirmation that no more snapshots will happen this year, but we do have about 16 years of a track record of snapshots not really releasing on Christmas, or for that matter, the week right after. They always kick back off in January. Now, timelines. Over the course of 2025, we got Spring to Life, Chase the Skies, the Copper Age, and Mounts of Mayhem. The drop system so far sees 4 a year. Let's say we see that again. If that information remains to be true, well then it'd be safe to take a guess. The 26.1 will probably release on a similar time frame to the Spring to Life drop this year. That puts 26.1's release sometime in March, likely around Minecraft Live Spring. Now, our upcoming 26.1 update will hopefully be about the same number on both Minecraft to Java and Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and judging by parodies, get one final basic out of the way, they will have basically the same things inside of the update. But with 2 different versions of Minecraft, that means there are 2 different places we could take a look to try and figure out a little bit more about 26.1. But before that, briefly, a quick reminder, if you haven't yet, to subscribe. You see, we're on that road to 2 million subscribers, and I just checked the stats. Still only about 30% of you are actually subscribed and in the club. Smash that subscribe button, maybe turn notifications on, and I will enlighten your life just about every single day of the week with a brand new video. We'll start with the easy one and the obvious one. Minecraft 26.1 has officially begun snapshots on Java. One of our big things that we know for certain will make it into the game in 26.1, well, by pressing F3 and 4 at the same time, we'll get a brand new light map popping up, and that little light map in the corner is a signifier of all of the big light engine reworks that are going down on Java. Now, this cool, smooth, light engine rework jazz is definitely inching us, as helping scoot us ever so closer to vibrant visuals fully releasing on Java Edition. Technically speaking, when it comes to vibrant visuals Java 26.1, we don't know quite yet, but we're definitely getting closer. But that's definitely not all that we have so far. In fact, far from it. Actually, a pretty eye-opening change that went down in that initial snapshot, well, it happened a little bit more under the hood, and had to do with specifically enchanting. I can't lie, this one blew my imagination wide open as soon as I read it the first time, and still has me wondering to this day. Inside of our environmental attributes and other technical bits section of the changelog, we learned that there have been some changes to enchanting with levels and enchanting randomly. One of these components has a brand new field where you can include an additional cost component. So I mean, you know how it goes, you're no beginner. Inside of an enchanting table, we have our thing that we're enchanting, we have our lapis cost, we got our level cost over here, but now you can make it so you have to pay with something else as well. You always got to take a look at these technical changes the devs put into the game because for one, they take time to add, and for two, time isn't infinite. The devs aren't just coding random things and functionalities into the game for no reason at all. Now, of course, I recommend, if you're into this 26.1 talk, a great spot for even more content on it after this is the snapshot video. We talked all about it in the snapshot video, but another gigantic technical focus of that snapshot was villager trading and how basically it has been expanded and it made way easier to customize. A gigantic hunking chunk of that changelog here was all about villager trades and how they can now be data-driven. And within this data driving of villager trades, you can customize every single aspect of them, including what types of villagers will actually have those trades. And that's all done with trade sets, so meaning you could have like a specific profession villager have it, or maybe even the wandering trader as well. This all here amounts to it being way easier for Mojang to add even more villager professions and new trades into the game. Technically, no direct confirmations on a brand new villager, no word on an enchantment overhaul finally making it into the game for sure, but what is confirmed for 100% certain, lighting rework and brand new technical functionalities for enchanting tables and villagers unlocked. Now over on the Bedrock Edition side of things get a little bit more tricky because again, we don't technically have any snapshots for 26.1 or previews on that version. Instead, we have two previews for 26.0, the update before it. But, time and time again, before every single major drop, in these more minor Bedrock Edition releases, we have setup for the big drop. Now, oh gosh, there's a lot going on here. For one, we finally have subtitles being added to the game, a giant accessibility feature. For two, we have this thing called command macros. Command macros, they're basically like different shortcuts that you could perform in-game to like run basically any command that you'd like to. And then, like we took a look at in the video for the initial preview of 26.0, we have so many different mob adjustments and parity changes happening across really the entire overworld, but with an interesting focus on the cold biomes. Typically, on the technical functionality side of things on a Bedrock Edition, well, if we've got something advanced coming in the next update, the technical code will kind of point towards whatever that thing is. The parity making and bug fixes will also point towards that next update too. So now, at this point in today's video, a point at which I'd like to remind you, there are fire links down below, including the link to Members Club. I've been on a roll lately with releasing world downloads and also exclusive members posts for you guys. If you like what I do and you want to support me a little bit more directly, consider joining the coolest club in the world today. There's a link down below, or tap the join button if you're interested. 26.1, what we know for hard cold facts, I think that's everything. But this video isn't just about the hard cold facts. Instead, no, I wanted to talk a little bit about the rumors too. Now, of course, you know it. Anytime there's a brand new Minecraft drop coming up, hype is high, rumors are all over the place, and fake leaks are out there too. For today's video, I wanted to address the main 5 or so rumors that are spiraling around in the community right now. We'll address these 5 rumors in a more brief fashion, explain where they come from, and finally talk about why each rumor is potentially decently credible. Enchanting. Our first rumor, I mean, we already talked about where it comes from. Enchanting is one of those systems that feels really old and is very confusing in modern Minecraft. I believe the devs have gone on record from time to time over the years saying, yeah, they're not fully happy with the enchanting system, it's not 100% perfect, and they're open to changing it when they have the right idea. And well, the right idea. From that technical 26.1 snapshot number 1, we've got some interesting new tags and functionalities that were dumped into the game. Maybe they have an idea now. After all, the drop system, in literally every single drop that we've seen so far, something old is improved and updated, and then something new is added as well. A lot of signs point towards enchanting maybe being revamped. Another big one that has a lot of red arrows and yellow circles all around it is the brewing system inside of Minecraft. Quite early on in the lifespan of the year 2025, potions with individualized textures were made possible after all of these years. Accessibility has been a big focus for Mojang lately, especially when it comes to textures. We've got unique dye textures, we have unique banner pattern textures, and I'm sure there's even more textures that you could think of dream up that have been changed, all in the name of accessibility. Not only in accessibility though, when it comes to old systems that are just chunky, clunky, and a little bit out of date, the potion brewing system as a whole, I mean, dude, look, we don't even have a recipe book for the potions. We're meant to still just memorize these things, that's crazy. Combine the fact of new texture functionality with what the devs have been doing, with the fact that the system as a whole is just out of date, a little bit confusing, not the most intuitive, and then like 10 plus more minutes of other reasons, hints, and little things that have been found, and you get to the fact that, well, a potion update seems like that's equally as likely as an enchantment one. They also went on to polish a ton of effect-related things in the Mounts of Mayhem drop on both versions. But that's not all. Yet another pretty substantial, significant rumor bumping around here. Well, like Jack Black said, the Nether. In one of the more recent Bedrock Edition previews for 26.0, it was found that it was made possible to expand the Nether with new biomes. Take into account the fact that every drop so far has been all about the overworld. The Nether got a gigantic, very popular overhaul, but that was 5 years ago. And some of the other more low-key things that have happened over the course of this year. And it looks like the Nether, with a zombie piglin and piglins that can both hold spears that are also entirely missing mounts, and yeah. A lot of signs point towards a steamy warm update possibly happening in this update. But at the other end of the temperature spectrum, a lot of signs point towards a cold update as well. Completely missing frozen zombies. On top of that, missing frozen mounts. Cold plants that literally just never happened in the big plant update earlier this year. And oh, come on, man. Who brought that up? You don't want to hear me talk about it. Don't even mention snow logging. Not happening at all. Oh, and tied to this Ring of Life update, the ambiance that the warm biomes got, well, yeah, the only sound we have over here, well, that's the sound of the normal zombie, not frozen one, burning to death. Across the span of multiple drops last year, the devs kept ignoring the cold biomes. Maybe that's because Greaser Chicken and all of the other cold mobs are going to get a whole update of their own sometime soon. Or, last but not least for our rumors today, villagers. It all goes full circle. Like we were talking about in 26.1 Snapshot Numero Uno, villagers got all of this new trading functionality and expansion, making it easier to add new villagers with new professions and trades, and you know, just all of that kind of stuff than ever before. That's very interesting. That definitely seems like the type of stuff the devs would add to the game, only at the time that they were planning on adding more villagers to the game sometime in the near future. Now look, man, that could go on about rumors for 26.1 all day. No, like literally I could. But don't worry, I'm not going to subject you to that torment. 26.1, everything confirmed in the major rumors, that's where we're at. We're only a matter of weeks away from the debut, or really more so like the continuation of the big 26.1 update. When it comes to 26.1, what are you most hoping for? Let me know down below. If I missed anything big, also tell me about that. And thank you all so much for watching. Genuinely, I cannot wait for this update to really begin to heat up. But for now, go have a good day. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.